Tomb Raider is another video game movie, and unlike all of these films based on video games, it's actually good. And in comparison to those films and video game movies in general, it's a fucking masterpiece. Now, before I go on, I do want to make it clear that I've never played any of the Tomb Raider games. I've heard they're good, and I have a friend who likes them a lot, but I myself have never played one, so this review is based entirely on the movie and not the game or any of its early iterations, that may or may not have included some sort of silver bodysuit. I don't want to go into all that much detail, to be honest, about the story, since while it's not an incredibly rich or mind-blowing one, it's still not something I want to spoil if you plan on seeing this movie, which I really suggest you do. I really enjoyed it. Overall, the story is well put together, and all the acts were solid and enjoyable. The last 10 minutes tried to pull off way too much in such a short amount of time, but despite it being so plainly obvious they're setting up for a sequel, it wasn't bad, at least not in the same way as many of the other bad movies I've seen were. I'm looking at you, Goggins. Please abandon film. Stop. Overall, the story is good. It's not unique, it's not very special, but it's enjoyable. I'd be interested in seeing a sequel, to be honest, and that enjoyment is only strengthened by the cast. I absolutely loved Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft. She did an excellent job, and as lackluster and generic of a story this was at times, it didn't matter when her or Walton Goggins, who plays the antagonist in this movie, were on screen. They both blew me away with how realistic and authentic their acting was. Goggins in particular, despite playing the bad guy, made me feel sympathetic for him and understand why he's doing what he's doing, and for me, that's how I judge a good villain. How sympathetic I feel towards them, or just being able to see their motivations in a way that seems understandable from their point of view. That's a well-written and well-played antagonist, in my opinion. I really loved it. Now, as I said, I haven't played the game, so I don't have that much of a basis for how Lara should be acting. But judging this just as a standalone character, unattached to a franchise or source material, it was very good. There were only one or two takes that left a real impression on me, both of which were long takes, and as any of my friends will attest, that stuff is my shit. I absolutely love when a director puts in that extra effort to make it seem even more realistic and create a larger scope to the film. My biggest complaint, though, is the constant use of a shaky cam to make scenes feel more raw and emotional. As I said, I'm all for applying different film techniques to make it seem more realistic, but goddamn, it was just way too much in this movie. It was like it was on a boat that was about to capsize at some points. And if you have epilepsy or are prone to that type of thing, just wait till this is out on Blu-ray, because some of it is just way too fucking much. It was pretty good, pretty realistic. I honestly recommend seeing this movie in theaters. It's well made, it's not fantastic, but it sure as hell isn't bad. If you want to see a fun movie this weekend, go see Tomb Raider. You'll enjoy it. And while with a lot of my reviews, I'm far more critical on the movie, especially if it's one I downright hate or absolutely adore, but for this, I just don't have all that much to say about it. It's a good movie with an okay plot and great acting. So yeah, go see Tomb Raider if you like adventure movies or movies with really well-acted characters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and comment what movies or subjects you'd like to see me talk about next. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Shout out to Ash Bullet and Titan Dark Knight for this week's fan art of the week. God, that's a mouthful. If you'd like to have your art featured in a video, draw me or Chad the Sad and tweet it to Tahukan TV on Twitter. Huge thank you to Patreon supporters Anonymous and Matt Porter. I really appreciate it.